Welcome off to the world.
Welcome back to episode number 24 of Off the Rails with Tone and Gems. I am Gems. That is Tone. With us, we have special guest tonight. He is a future famous stand-up comedian. He is Boots to Passes on the Twitters.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
I fucked that up?
Yep.
Oh, God damn it. He is Logan Parks, correct?
Yeah, you got that one.
Everything up. How did I fuck that one up?
I don't know. You probably looked at it.
This is way better than me on Twitter, I promise.
No, I disagree.
I wish I was that guy.
Parks.
That was awesome.
A longest time, I thought you guys were the same. What the fuck's his name?
At Parks 2252.
I see it now.
Yeah, I changed it a while back. Whenever I decided I was going to start getting on stage, I was like, I should probably not have redneck in my Twitter bio. It probably
You should drop the 2252 too.
I definitely would have remembered redneck. I must have been looking at you or something the same time I was DMing you.
Yeah.
I knew who I was talking to. I just fucked it all up.
By the way, shouts to Boots to Passes for being the first customer to order a White Sox shirt from our new line of shirts.
That's how I screwed it up because I looked at I was looking at the viral store.
Yep. So shouts to Boots to Passes. Shouts to Little Boots too because he just had a kid recently. So.
Yeah.
So we'll shout that out even though I've mentioned it on Twitter to him. But yeah, Gems, how's your day been?
Good. I just smelled welding rods all day and then had t-ball practice.
That definitely, for some reason, my brain, I heard you say smelled welding rods all day.
Well, that's exactly what I said.
Okay.
That's what I heard too.
I was in a booth all day welding. So
okay.
Like, there is ventilation, but it's not great.
I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't like missing what you were saying there. Because I thought you were trying to say welding, but that didn't make sense either. So
no, you heard me exactly correct.
Okay.
How was your day? You were off today, right?
I was. I mean, off is relative, I guess, but yeah, I was off my normal job. So on my other jobs, I'm doing some other stuff with some other things that are coming out or may have already come out. So
I think you're braining it.
Yeah, trying to figure out. I don't even. Yeah, well, we're recording in the future, so this is for Monday, the
26th.
No,
the 19th.
The 9th. No. Yes. Yeah, the 19th.
I'm like,
I don't know what days of things anymore. So, but I bet you Logan knows what day it is all the time. So,
Fuck.
And he's a guest. No. Logan, we actually, you were, I guess, the first technical reoccurring guest on this podcast.
I guess I could. I was on one of the early episodes for like a quick little bit.
Yeah, before we were actually technically off the rails.
We were losers.
Yeah, we were L's for lions, L's for losers.
Which is still, I mean, that's still our...
It's still our email, but whatever. It's hard to change the email. Easier to change the podcast title. Right, Gems?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, the changing of the title wasn't as easy as like coming up with it. Like we kind of had the name for a minute, and then we're like, well, let's see. And there's like 8 different off the rails, but none of them are active.
Yeah, we're active.
Yeah,
every Monday we're dropping episodes going forward, including all the other good past ones that we've had, which are, I mean, what's your favorite episode? I know Logan listens. What's Logan's favorite episode of this podcast so far?
I think the one I was on, man.
Hey,
I did
good answer.
Deleted
Good
now,
answer.
too.
Good answer.
Is that even still attainable, Tone?
No, I think we deleted those ones, and we restarted.
Hey,
so this
I'm
is
holding on to
technically
history.
This is technically episode like 30, 35, 31, 32.
At some point, if we want to get to a certain number, maybe we'll just add those in and be like, oh, we're on episode 69.
69. Nice.
Great.
No, Gems. Why? Since I asked that, and I got a good answer from Logan. What's your favorite episode we've done so far?
That's tough. I can't imagine anybody that we've interviewed is probably listening, but I don't want to hurt any feelings, Probably actually the last one we had with Beef Loaf. That was a blast. Like that was like 2 hours and 20 minutes of laughter.
Yeah. I will just give the standard answer because it is actually true. My favorite episode is the last episode that we released always.
Smart. So we're on the same page there. We just answering that differently. Yeah.
Because it's like you do it and then you kind of move on and you're like, okay. But like I've gone back and listened to some of them. Like the Matt Hires draft is really good. The Todd McComas episode's really good. The one we did with Jason, the one we did with Ryan Niemiller. Any of the interviews are probably my favorite interviews.
Did I freeze or did Tone freeze there?
I think we all froze.
Okay.
So, any interview we did. By the way, are you drinking a Mountain Dew Code Red?
I sure am.
That's so random.
I was tired. I was getting a little groggy, so I needed to pick me up.
By the way, if you if anyone is listening to this pod but doesn't for some reason listen to Who Shows It Anyway, that show released about a week ago now. When you're listening to this. And I believe Tanner just torched Mountain Dew for some reason. So just enjoy that.
I typically, if I'm choosing a soft drink, I just drink Diet Pepsi. But like, I think he torched that as well. So let me guess what Tanner drinks. Is there some sort of stupid Wisconsin pop?
It might be.
Oh gosh. Is Tab a Wisconsin pop?
No, Tab is not. It's in that Tab category though.
Oh, is it Surge? Is that why you had it on the?
Well, that is one of the ones they were talking about, but no, that's not the one that I'm thinking of.
Vault.
Nope.
I like Vault though. I don't even know if it exists though.
I don't know if it does either, to be honest with you. Logan, what's your favorite soda?
Is his like Squirt or Ski?
No, it's like Squirt though.
Damn.
The
only two I pull from.
Every now and then there has been NASCARs that had this on there.
Slice.
No.
What is like Squirt? What other grapefruit? Is there a grapefruit crush?
No, I don't think so. Sundrop.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I guess it's like Wisconsin. I don't know. Something like that.
Sometimes I think Tanner says things just to try to get a rise out of us.
I don't know. He said he went hard. He said he drank a lot of Mountain Dew, and then he was like, he grew up, and then I guess he's lost a ton of weight, and he said he tried it again, and he said it was ass. So
it's very syrupy. I don't drink it too often anymore, and it's better out of a can than it is a bottle.
Most things are better out of a can, I think. To be honest with you, I mean that's just me, but. I can't think of anything, but my favorite soda all time is Big Red. Have either of you heard of Big Red?
Yes.
Yeah. I drink that. I drink that a lot. Yeah,
it's
Mountain Dew and beer are the only two things that I can chug. Really.
Mountain Dew, it does go down real easy though.
I think Mountain Dew is probably the liquid I could drink the fastest.
I could definitely take down a gallon of Mountain Dew faster than I could take down a gallon of water or milk or.
Well, you throw up a gallon of milk.
Dude, I can't drink milk, by the way. Like, I've never been a milk person. By the way, that's a good one. So I grew up on 2% milk. My family always bought 2% milk. My wife only drinks like 1% milk. And then she thought it was weird. She was like, 2% milk might as well be like butter. And you're like, what? No, it's not that thick. Jesus Christ. And then there's obviously whole milk. Do you guys have like a certain percentage you typically drink? I guess that's the thing. People buy the same shit every time.
I used to drink 2%. Like that's just what my parents bought. But my wife, whenever we first started dating, we would get 2% regularly, and now she got, I think it's 1%. I don't know why she switched. I just know that it's milk. It doesn't taste any different.
I don't know. Some of it's like, I'm like, if it's too watery, I can't drink it. But then if it's like too thick, I'm like, fuck this shit.
So up until I was 10 or 11, all we had was 2% in the house. And then my dad had a heart attack, and the doctor's like, you guys have to drink skim milk. And I was like, oh, screw that. I don't want to drink skim milk. And now I've drank skim milk ever since.
Is skim milk 1%?
No, it's fat free.
Oh,
There's no percent.
no percent.
It
0%.
is. I think every one of them are colored similarly. Light blue would be the skim milk or fat free. I think a purplish. I think purple would be.
I don't know.
1%. This could just be a local thing.
Is that? I wonder. That has actually got me thinking. Is that an international thing where it's like that dark blue is the 2%,
dark blue is 2%,
and light blue is 1%.
Or vitamin D.
Red is the whole milk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it might be it. Maybe it's international. Maybe just sweet. Cool.
We got what 3 states covered here. So
yeah.
Probably 3 different. What time zone are you in, Logan?
Central.
Oh, me too. I was hoping you were going to say Eastern.
No, I work in Eastern, so that's cool.
Oh, shit. We got to talk about that because I think we have actually brought this up on the podcast before. I think we talked about it in the Todd McComas episode.
The time zones?
Yeah, working in one time zone and living in another time zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does that fuck you up? Because that would fuck me up.
I lose an hour driving to work every day.
But you gain an hour coming home, right?
Yeah. I get home basically the same time I get off work, but I really wish it was the opposite way.
Right? You have to wake up an hour earlier for work. You're like, I got to be there at 6, but I really got to wake up at 4.
Yeah, and so this week is orientation week, so they only have orientation during the day. And where they have orientation is past where I work at.
Oh, shit.
So orientation's in Jasper, and I work in Ferdinand. So it's farther for me to get there, and I have to wake up at like 4 in the morning and leave by 5 just to get there on time.
By 7.
Yep.
Have you always been close? Have you always lived there where you're close to a different time zone?
It's about a 45-minute drive to get there, but that's like the only place. Like I live near Evansville, so I'm not that far away from that, but that's still the same time zone.
I say we have the central time zone on lockdown here of the state of Indiana on this podcast right now because I have I'm in central time zone of northern Indiana. So there's I think there's 3 or 5 counties up here that are central, and then there's just a couple down there, right?
Are they not all? Is Indiana not all? Is Indianapolis in Eastern?
Indianapolis is Eastern. Indiana is a stupid state time zone wise.
Well, I mean, I know Tennessee is fucked up because I know at some point in Tennessee you just cross over into Central.
The time zone change I could probably see if it was light out. It's 4 miles down the road.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Dude, my son is on one. He's just running in this hallway. You can hear him. I know you can hear him. I know everyone can hear him. Hey, everyone, if you can hear somebody just screaming, it's my son who doesn't respect the fact that we're doing a podcast. No.
I'm sure I've told the story about my high school several times on here that half the kids were in Eastern time zone and half were in Central. Yeah,
that was the Todd McComas thing.
Was it Todd's?
Yeah, you were telling that story, I think. And then people were late, but then depending on you said something about leaving school, and it was we're gonna go to so and so's house, and you had to figure out what time it was because
we went by fast time and slow time, school time or town time. Rarely it was, or we'd say Chicago South Bend. Nobody ever really said Central or Eastern. It was there was some sort of adjective to describe it rather than its actual name.
Speaking of that shit always fascinated me. Time zone changes and then state lines and all that kind of stuff. And low key, I was like, what'd be real cool is if you bought the corner of the 4 states where the 4 states connect and built a house there, because then each room would be in a different state. So I was like, I always want to go to the 4 corners. Happens to be in the state that I live in. Went there. It's the shittiest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Did you make a special trip just to go there?
No, we actually went to Cubs spring training and then came back up through the Grand Canyon, and then there was a slightly faster route, but we took a little bit out of the way to go through the 4 corners.
How far are the 4 corners from Toneland?
9 hours.
Okay.
I don't know.
Since you sent that that listing the other day,
Yeah.
we've just been looking at houses in Colorado.
Well, I mean, you could just. What the fuck? Sorry, I got a party at my house, guys. We're filming
Yeah,
in
it
the
sounds
middle
like
of
it,
a
dude.
party. I don't know what we're. Dude, last night this is behind. Let's make some sausage here. We had a business meeting for our Iron Ostrich Network, and my wife turned into Ric Flair for like 15 minutes, like just wooing everything. Like I was like, what are we doing? But yeah, no, yeah, I definitely. We've been looking at some places and stuff. Then my wife keeps sending me. I'm like, let's just buy this one that she sent me, and then she's like, well, I don't know. And I looked it up. We can afford it. I ran all the numbers. But like, then she was like, well, I don't know. It's a little much. What if the market crashes? Blah, blah, blah. Which I'm like, hey, yeah, if we're buying a house that you say is your dream house and has everything you want in it, then we don't have to sell it. And then it doesn't matter if the market crashes because we can still afford it. It only matters if you're trying to sell it. And then she's like sending me even higher price ones. And she's like, check this one out. And I'm like, you are like being stubborn on this lower one. What are you talking about?
Every house we've looked at has probably been like 3 or 4 times as much as the one you sent me. I'm like, that has everything I could ever ask for. It's built in the side of a mountain and it's on like 40 acres.
Yeah. Dude, legit, Logan. So, by the way, I live out in like a little bit of like the middle of the forest woods. Technically, there's a black forest and there's woods over here, but just plains and shit. And so my wife was like, found a house that was like out like maybe like 20 miles from where we're at now, but it's like there's nothing around it. And it's like it's an okay sized lot, but the house is like everything she wants. And then like I was joking around, I was like, I'll just buy it, whatever. She like sent me like this $8.8 million listing that has like 3,000 zillion acres. It has like 72 houses on it. So I sent it to Gems and I was like, we can go have.
I sent it to Taylor, and like her dream job is to be like an event planner or like have a venue.
Well, they had one on
a venue on there. She's like, "How are we gonna come up with like $4 million?" I was like, "You better start baking pies or something. I don't know, or I'm gonna have to sell a shit ton of t-shirts."
Gems was like, "Listen, you make pie holes by day, OnlyFans by night."
I tell her all the time. I was like, making OnlyFans.
Dude, you got to do TikTok, man. You got to do TikTok. This the most random shit gets fans on there. Everybody loves everything. There's a group for everybody on there.
Last episode, while Tony and I were recording, I didn't look at it because my wife sent me a TikTok that my crazy aunt made. Didn't know she was on TikTok.
She's viral.
I didn't open it because I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was just like, oh, she did something goofy or something. She's got like over 1.5 million likes on TikTok and stuff.
Jesus Christ, James! Why didn't we get her on the podcast? Fuck Logan.
Fuck me, dude.
I think she must have had 1 or 2 hits because I think she's got like 4,000 followers or something, which is quite a few, but not like
no.
But
that's a lot of likes. 1.5 million. Jesus Christ!
I have no idea. I don't know how.
I'm taking over the Iron Ostrich TikTok like tomorrow. I'm just gonna start posting shit.
The fact that you're not already TikTok famous just blows my mind.
Exactly.
Fuck that shit. It's so hard, dude.
It's right up your alley.
Yeah.
Dude, by the way, I'm totally just like I fall on these things like sometimes where like it because I have it on for this podcast. I have it on my phone, and then it'll come up. There's like ding, somebody posted TikTok, and then I'll like click into it, and I'll watch like 10 TikToks, and I'm like, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. like I don't understand what these TikToks, but who knows, right? I wonder how many TikTok fans would come listen to a podcast. I wonder what the conversion rate. I wonder what the conversion rate of that is.
I couldn't tell you.
You can probably make more money off it. Some of these freaking TikTokers have a shitload of money now.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Our first guest
ever. That's one hell of a way to sell shirts.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Almost everybody. People with 2 followers have their store in their bio.
Well, now we know what to do.
Yeah. Well, I guess I need to add that to the link tree if I can remember our link tree login.
I know
sure
what it is.
I'm gonna say I'm sure it's the same we've been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a dude from TikTok that's always like featured like his videos on your mom's house. His like way of buying merch is the most complicated way on the planet, and he sells shit.
Wow.
How, like, what's complicated about it?
You have to like find his Venmo, go to his website, email him what shirt you want and what size, and then then you've got to Venmo him the money. He asks for your address in another email, and you got to email each other back and forth and confirm that you got the money, and then it takes like 15 to 21 days to get to your house.
See, I think ours will take that long. No, just kidding. I think like ours is like, so like going forward, this first one was like just like a kind of test run. So it's like 14 days, but like their run is like sort of like campaigns. So they're like we're going to do them 7 days. And I think they print and ship out 7 days later. And then, so like, I mean, I guess 15 days would be about right.
Yeah.
That's not too bad though. I don't think.
I'm excited for it to get here. I'm sure I have a estimated shipping date in my email.
You know what I have an estimated shipping date for?
Ooh,
My son's box to ship him to Siberia. No, just kidding. But speaking of Siberia, Serbia. Why did I think Siberia?
Is it Serbia?
I think it is Serbia.
They're both a thing,
right?
So I got the shipping notification for the championship belt for Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura.
Serbia
is where Bert's going. So yeah. So I should have a championship belt at my house by the time this podcast uploads.
Nice. Next week. Hopefully you have it addressed by then, and we can just get it out of here.
I mean, Bert's already said to get with a certain person that I'm supposed to get with to get the address. So I'm just waiting for them to get back with me. So Bert is all on board. But he's in Serbia. He's going to Serbia. So, which, by the way, I think we might have known before most people because
I didn't find out. I don't even think
the day before they posted anything about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I just saw it. Did he talk about it on the show? I know he teased it the whole show, but I can't remember if he talked about it at the end.
I don't know if he talked about it on the show or not, but I reached out to him after they won because he follows the Iron Ostrich Network, as everyone listening to this should. And so I reached out to him and I was like, "Hey, congratulations on the winning. We have the championship belt that I'm getting ordered today. Like, just need a good place to send it." And then he shot back and he was like, "Get with so and so over at your mom's house to get an address. I'm going to Serbia," and that was like Thursday, I think. Yeah,
that's way before.
So,
because I don't think they record until the weekend.
Yeah, so it was pretty sweet. I was like, cool, we knew, I guess. And then I saw the thing posted today where he was talking about it on the Twitters. He's going to film basically the Machine movie.
Yeah, I was reading about it, and it's picks up 20 years after the original Machine story.
Oh, nice.
And him and his dad, Mark Hamill, are kidnapped or something like that, and like just dealing with the people that Bert had wronged 20 years ago.
That's pretty funny.
I'm sure it'll be great.
I like it.
Maybe they'll do it in space, and it'll be like Luke Skywalker and Bert against the Russians.
Nah, they've got their own for that. They got fat astronauts on deck.
Dude, yeah, I enjoy those. Dude, the one thing that so we talked a little bit about the podcast bracket on the last episode. But like, dude, the one thing that was like super funny was like everybody had and some people had like legit gripes. They were like, "Oh, you left so and so off, so your bracket doesn't matter." Like most of them were like, "Hey, dumb fucks, we put them in the first round and they lost because."
Yeah, our our graphic was to be able to read easy. We did the round of 32 after the round of 64.
Yeah.
Because we had the bracket for that, but it was kind of hard to read, so we just fuck the first round, be better.
Yeah. And then people were like, I can't believe you left so-and-so off. Somebody, I think, came at Gems in our mentions was like, these fucking idiots, who does a 32-team bracket? And we're like,
that was one of the Browns fans, wasn't it?
probably. You know,
the one I went back at kind of, forget what and he was like, oh, what? I was like, oh, sorry.
Then he was like, I'm joking. I was joking.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just used to dealing with these soft-ass Brown fans. I was just confused. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We had a Browns fan unfollow us, man.
Oh, that's a fucking shame.
We were heartbroken. He had 4 followers. And
God damn, man. Yo, you guys
couldn't take a joke about a Browns helmet-looking hallway leading to the bottom of a stairwell, and that's the last thing a shit sees before it hits a toilet bowl. If you're a Browns fan and you can't take a joke, you shouldn't be a Browns fan.
It's like being an Eagles fan and not taking a joke.
Yeah.
Yo, our season's gonna be a joke. I'm already ready for it. I'm excited to root for the Cardinals.
Speaking of that, when do you have when is your draft pick in the draft? I didn't even check.
We moved back to 12.
Yeah, 12. Oh, that's right. You guys moved back to that's right.
Yeah, we were apparently either going to move up for Zach Wilson or move back, and we moved back.
So you guys have no faith in Jalen Hurts?
I fucking don't, for sure. I don't. I have 0.
This is the thing I'm very confused about, right? Okay. Everyone loves Mac Jones. Well, not everyone, but some people don't. But his stock is going up and up and up. And I'm like, Tua and Jalen Hurts both got drafted last year. Both former Alabama quarterbacks. Both stink. Both hot trash. By the way, I hate to say that about Tua because he's a lefty. I should be on his side, but I'm not.
Right. No loyalty. No loyalty.
Tim Tebow's my lefty quarterback.
I don't know, man. I feel like Tua's NFL run might last a tad longer.
I don't know. I think Tim Tebow got screwed. I don't know. By the way, talk about how God hates a human being. Probably God hates Tim Tebow.
Financially.
No, he's definitely doing fine financially. But the only way Tim Tebow loses his job is if a Hall of Fame first ballot quarterback becomes available. That's the only way you lose after winning a playoff game.
He should have just became a tight end he would have been such a dominant tight end. He should have just fuck it. But I get wanting to take your position, but
when did anybody ever see him take snaps at tight end? How does anybody know he can catch anything that's
I'm sure he's fine.
3 yards in front of him?
He just made it to AAA in baseball. He would have been definitely fine.
That's elite.
Tim Tebow's a lefty, so he can handle it.
Oh, okay.
He's used to adapting, okay?
You just shit on him.
No, I love Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow's my lefty quarterback.
He shit on
God
Tua.
hates Tim Tebow? That doesn't sound like a compliment.
Well, he does, because the only way you lose your job if you're Tim Tebow is if fucking Peyton Manning becomes available. You can't cut Tim Tebow after he wins a playoff game. You can't be like, he's your starting quarterback forever.
Okay, if Tom Brady didn't sign with the Bucs, you think they probably would have brought James back on a 1-year deal?
Maybe.
Jameis?
Probably.
Is that what you said? Yeah,
they might have, yeah.
Probably.
Or they'd be in the Teddy Bridgewater sweepstakes right now.
I feel like Bruce Arians knows that the first year in his system isn't that great, but the only quarterback that can pick it up in less than a year is probably Brady.
By the way, the Bucs thing is I'm so over the Bucs thing already. I hate the Bucs more than I hate the fucking Patriots ever.
Really?
If Pat somehow ends up going there to kick, I'm gonna hate them even more. I'm gonna be like, what the hell are we doing, guys? This is just getting ridiculous.
Julian Edelman's gonna medically retire and somehow end up on the Bucs.
By the way, did you see dumbass Gronk's statement about Julian Edelman?
Mm-mm.
He said that he said he gives Julian Edelman a 69% chance that he doesn't return to the NFL and play for the Bucs. Yeah, come on, Gronk, bro.
What's the only number he knows?
And 87.
And 87, yeah.
Aren't they changing the number rules in the NFL? Is that
Yep.
official?
I think so, yeah.
So Gronk could wear 69 next year. That would be the smartest decision he ever made because he's going to sell more jerseys.
Brand awareness.
Yep. That's like when Kobe switched from 8 to 24.
Yeah.
Or LeBron switched, to 6 when he went to
6.
Miami?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I didn't mind that. I like 6. 6 is my lucky number. So, but I never liked that number rule anyway. I was like, that shit was dumb anyway. You're like, it's a number. Who the fuck cares? It's gonna be weird the first year because everyone's so used to how the NFL does it. But like, I mean,
it needs to be like Vince Wilfork sized to wear number 1.
Dude, this should be weird.
Well, like I think it was Stephon Tuitt had wore number 1 for Notre Dame, and he was a huge guy.
I think in college they do it all the time.
Oh,
College
yeah.
you get like defensive ends and offensive line and all that fucking bullshit. They're like weird, like number 9.
Yeah, typically the good defensive players in college are like single digits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because they were single digits in high school.
Right.
Because your number
Well,
one,
they
your
had
best
to play
player
both
wears
ways.
1 or 2 for sure. I mean,
Well, they all. I just from high school, whenever I remember, the coaches usually made the running backs and the receivers wear either numbers in the 20s or single digits because they were playing offense and they were corners and safeties and shit. So
I like a good wide receiver wearing number 20, like 21. I don't know why.
If
Dion.
I'm an NFL player and I don't have like my absolute favorite number, I am changing my number this year with the opportunity just to make more money on jerseys.
Do they make money off their own jersey sales?
They have to make something, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Or does it just go to the union and then the union feeds it out?
Well, I don't think they make much money because everybody just orders them off China for like $19.
Well, that's not true. I wonder how much of the $150 jersey sale they get. Like 3 cents, probably.
They're not getting it from me anymore. I'm fucking done with jerseys. Every Eagles jersey I've ever fucking gotten has left the goddamn team. Not that long after, I got an Eagles. I got a Wentz jersey.
Well, that's just
long
poor
after.
decision making.
I didn't buy it. Okay, I got it for my birthday.
The last 3 jerseys I've bought or were given to me, there was a huge gap between 2 of them. Like the most recent one was Matt Stafford. That was good for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I think before that, and like not consecutive, but pretty close to it, I got a Charles Rogers jersey and a Joey Harrington jersey for Christmas. Those worked well.
Yeah, I had both those jerseys. I had everybody, dude. I had an Ernie Sims jersey. I had a fucking Rogers jersey. I had a Harrington jersey. I had Sean Rogers jersey. I had a Cliff Averill jersey. I had who else did I have? I had who's the running back we had before fucking Reggie Bush? Why can't I think of his name?
Kevin Jones?
Yeah, I had Kevin Jones.
Javid Best?
I didn't have a Javid Best because I knew he was going to bust.
Well, he would have been fine if he didn't get hurt.
That's why he was hurt coming into the draft. And our dumbasses traded back into the first round for him. Fucking idiots. By the way, have you ever seen the hit he took in college? On the last play he ever played in college?
Probably.
Dude.
The only hit that sticks out is the Willis McGahee he won in the whatever bowl game that was.
Yeah, the Orange Bowl. Against Ohio State. Yeah, no, dude, the fucking the Javid Best one, he gets like hit and upended, and then he hits the ground, and he's laying on the ground, and his arms are stuck straight out. Like he's out fucking cold, like rigor mortis. I was like, he's dead. He was good until he got hurt, but it is what it is.
I remember the name for sure. I remember Ernie Sims. He played for the Eagles for a couple of years.
Yeah, Ernie Sims apparently a wild dude, to be honest with you.
Really?
He played for the Colts. He played for the Colts, so I've heard. Yeah, I know I think he's like he was an avid snake collector.
Yeah.
So he's from Florida. I mean,
weirdos from Florida.
Yeah, Florida man.
Dude, anybody from Florida, you can believe fucking anything they say.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, 1,000%. Yeah. Fucking Florida, dude. Those Florida man things. You ever done that? Like, where
Yeah.
it's like Florida man, and then it just see what pops up. Dude, they're all just like you're like.
They're all
It must be
amazing.
so easy to be a fucking newscaster in Florida. Every
Yeah,
night's
just
gotta
go
just
outside.
be something.
Exactly.
Like you're just like the newscasters are like, which one of these crazy stories do we have to cut?
Yeah.
Who was-
Which one do we want to leave out?
I saw something on Twitter the other day, and I forget who posted it, but it was like, pick the Florida man story that is not real. And one was like, this guy tried to run in a bubble to Bermuda again.
Okay.
I forget what the other two were.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, I guess he does it like weekly, where you vote on which Florida man story isn't true.
That's so wild.
How creative his imagination has to be to make one up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hasn't been done already. Like,
Yeah,
That is
true.
a talent.
I wonder
That
how
is
many
a
times he's
talent.
like, Florida man gets dick stuck in alligator or something, and he's like, "Oh, that's a
in
good one. I'll look it
anything.
up."
It's probably
Definitely
happened.
It's like that one's not true. Oh, actually it is. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Of course it is.
My bad, guys. Yeah, dude, that's wild. By the way, speaking of Florida man and dick getting stuck in thing, did anyone see my Twitter post about getting propositioned by a homeless comedian?
I did see that.
I didn't get.
Did
I
you see if
didn't
they
see
wanted
it,
to come on
man.
the podcast?
What?
Did you see if they wanted to come on the podcast?
No, because I was like, so I was in the back of my truck just getting ready to deliver some shit. My last stop, it was like 8:00 at night, and I'm just like, lady comes over, and we're basically in the back of like a metal frame truck. So she just like knocks on the fucking metal, and it's like sounds like metal, but it's like, and I was like, the fuck is this shit? And then she like pops out and she's like, hey, and I was like, definitely like probably like 50, had like 4 teeth. Was like, I know a lot of jokes, and I was like, okay, like that's a weird thing to lead off with, but sure.
Okay.
Is that how you open your set?
What's next?
Yeah, Logan. Now that you've done some open mics, is that a good way to start your set? Fucking dude. Oh my god, this lady. So then she's like, she told me a couple of them, like, what do you call a fish with 2 knees? 2-knee fish. It's like I was like, yeah, it was like this shit. I was like, holy fuck, this is bad. A bunch of these jokes, right? She's like, what? She's like, what the banana say to the vibrator? Why you shaking? Like, I don't fucking like weird shit, like just weird shit. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Oh, I
I'm like,
love the situation so much.
and she told me like 5 times. She's like, I'll let you get back to your job. And I'm like, already done with what I needed to get done, but I like didn't want to leave the truck. Because I was like, who knows where the fuck she's the type of lady she's gonna shank me probably. I don't know. Or I'm gonna be the dude that gets raped behind a 7-Eleven, like by like a meth head
Do
lady.
you have access from the back of your truck to your cab, or is it all you got to go around?
Depends on the truck I'm in. I have one that I can go it's a walkthrough. 2 of them I have to walk around. But yeah, so then she hits me. She's like, I got my closer. I'm like, okay.
At least she knows she knows
It's her-
the.
That's why I said it, because I was like, dude, this is legit comedian fan right here. She's a comedian, like, and so she's
This
like,
is her stand-up set, dude. She just hasn't found an open mic.
dude, she found an open mic and it didn't like her, but dude, so she hits me with this. She's like, all right, here's the last one. She's like, what's race car backwards? And I was like, race car. And then she's like, what's Atlanta backwards? And I was like, I don't know. And then she was like, Atlanta. And I'm thinking in my head, that's wrong. Because Atlanta backwards is not Atlanta.
No.
But here's the fucked up part too. She had me thinking about it for a second. I was like, is it fucking backwards? So in my head, I was like, I don't know. Because I'm like, that's not that backwards. And then she's like, said it. And I was like, is it fucking backwards? And then I was like, no, it's not. No, it's not. I had to bring myself out of haze for a second. And then she was like, what's Tulsa backwards? And I go, a slut? And she goes, that's me. And I got openings. And then just stood there. And I was like, I gotta go. And I just like ran into the fucking store. I was like, I gotta go. I can't do this.
It would have been great if, like, in the middle of her jokes, you did what like audiences do to shit comedians and just clapped that bitch off. Just started
should've.
clapping and
Dude. That was like yeah. I mean, I have some weird instances. That was a weird one. I was like, that's a weird way to like proposition somebody too. Like she was dead ass serious. Like I think she was definitely like a prostitute that was a comedian. I think that was her name.
she becomes a comedian.
That was her angle. Because she definitely didn't have
becomes
the
a
look.
comedian after whatever fucking drug she just took.
Dude, she took
I think it starts with an M.
Yeah, well, I would guess that too, especially the area of
There's
town.
plenty to choose from, but it starts with an M.
Yeah, there's another one. Maybe both. To be honest with you, though.
I'm very familiar with the one because I just heard it make noise.
What?
We got the foster baby back.
Oh, got you. I was thinking you probably deal with it at your job though.
Me?
Yeah, like being a volunteer firefighter. Oh, you ever have to go to like
that's heroin though? If people
is it heroin?
Usually heroin, yeah.
Gotcha.
We don't carry the Narcan. The cops do though, so we just wait for them and then treat them when they get awake.
Gotcha.
Which a lot of times they're pretty pissed when they wake up. They're like, are you kidding me?
Dude, I think my son's on meth. To be honest with you, I don't just like I don't know what's going on. Dude, all I know is this: when I buy that house that we were talking about earlier, I'm building a podcast studio as far away from the fucking hallway as possible.
My goal is to have one in a pole barn.
Yeah.
So I think that's the route you got to take.
Yeah,
totally different building.
We're gonna have a dude perfect building, and we're just gonna show up. We'll just drive from our separate on our 4-wheelers or whatever.
Right.
The fuck.
Just have a Gator.
Fuck yeah,
Razor or something.
You guys are gonna have so many guests,
dude. It'd be sweet.
Same way we do it now.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
yeah. Dude, it's crazy.
I don't think anybody's coming out.
Yeah, I don't know.
I bet if it was fun.
You think so?
I mean, if we got big enough, we'd be like Joe Rogan. Just be like,
that's true. Like, if you want to fucking do this shit, come do this shit.
I'm definitely like the person who like, I do it with brackets. I do it with everything, but I'm like, oh, if this 15 seed beats the 2 seed, they should be able to beat a 6 seed. They should be able to beat a 10 seed. Like, then I'll just put them in the final 4. I'm like, if we have a land where we have 2 houses and our full-time job is to go to this fucking pole barn and fucking record a podcast, we're definitely big enough to get some guests to come out.
Yeah, if we can afford that.
That's true.
I guess the caveat of that would be if we don't hit the lottery, and that's how we get
that's true. But then I'll just pay people. I'll be like, yo, 100,000, you want to come on the show? No one's turning that down.
You could get do it for like the odd guests like that won't respond, but they got like 8 Twitter followers.
Yeah, dude. Well, the crazy thing is so. By the way, speaking of, so I'm wearing a Cubs hat. Fucking White Sox Twitter, fucking legit. I think we gained like 10 followers today.
Yeah, I did a follow. There's the one dude does a follow train like multiple times a week.
They're awesome.
Yeah,
and they're interactive, which is nice. I like them.
Yeah, and we're currently selling a White Sox themed shirt, so I thought it was a good idea.
I mean, it's a good shirt. I mean,
that's such an awesome design. Like, I'm glad I thought of it and you could create it.
Yeah,
that's teamwork at its finest.
Teamwork. We're like, what positions are we the shortstop, second base, like double play combo, or are you the center and I'm the quarterback? Like, what are we?
So I think
a center and quarterback. Yeah.
I think technically that's the one that probably makes sense because I'm giving you I'd be giving you the ball. I'm giving you the idea, and then you do stuff with it.
Yeah.
I wish there was a way we could make it baseball related.
I mean, short. I mean, I mean, pitcher, catcher. Yeah, both of those are kind of like not really good, but
right.
I don't know.
Center and quarterback is the analogy.
Probably. Yeah. I don't know that I'd want to be a quarterback in the NFL, to be honest with you.
That doesn't sound like a good gig for me.
I mean, other than the paycheck would be dope, but
Right.
Yeah,
The paycheck
that
is
would
nice.
be nice.
I mean, I'll take that paycheck any day, dude. But then again, like, who's the highest paid quarterback right now? Like, Rodgers making like $40 million a year.
I could not understand what you said.
Rodgers is making $40 million a year.
I
Aaron
think
Rodgers?
he's on the. Are you sure? I thought he was on like one of the lower ends, wasn't he?
Well, there's some quarterback making like 40, close to 40.
Didn't Dak just get
Yeah,
like
somebody
40?
did.
Yeah, Dak. Okay, so would you rather be Dak or would you rather be Trevor Bauer? Because Trevor Bauer's making $40 million this year.
I would rather be Trevor Bauer.
I'd rather be Trevor Bauer.
Did he snap his fucking ankle on live TV?
Yeah, true that. Yeah, no, it's
I
definitely.
would rather be Trevor Bauer.
yeah, that's a good point.
It seems like a lot less dangerous.
I don't know though. Baseball's flying back at your face is pretty dangerous. But
Yeah.
That's true. But
did you ever have?
there's
a
only
close
one
incident?
baseball.
Did you ever have a close incident?
Me?
Jim? Yeah,
Not really. Not in like the face or anything. Like I
I had one coming
always like
straight back
having
in my
balls
face.
fly by and throw out the bare hand and get yelled at by the coach. Like I was just
dude.
trying to stop it.
I did that all the time. I would literally just reach my hand out. Well, because my pitching motion when I came through, I fell off to the third base side a little bit. So if the ball was back, I would come back up the middle. I would just reach my hand out. So, but I had one that was coming square at my face one time. That shit was.
Did you
kinda-
catch it?
Yeah, I caught it actually, which is crazy. Last second though, I was like, it was coming at my face, and I was like, oh shit, and I was like, oh, I should probably put my glove up, and then I went, and I like was falling on the ground though. It was wild. No, I love.
One
I
of
do.
us is lagging. I don't know if it's me or if it's you.
I don't know.
but it's
You're
just
lagging
the
on my side, but I don't know. Logan could be probably tell us. Maybe we're both. lagging.
Both of y'all. Both of y'all
Mother.
are for me.
Fucker. My internet's
But it's
good.
not
I'm
so bad.
hardwired in.
It's not so bad that I can't understand you guys. You'll cut out like once in a while, each of you have, but both of y'all have only done it once in the whole however long we've been doing it.
Good. At least
That
it's
is
not,
good.
At least it's not me then. No, I'm just kidding.
It's us. We're a team. We're a catcher or we're a center and a quarterback.
Damn right.
Yeah.
So
By the way, you guys like my awesome purple room?
yeah.
Is that like
This
an
is
attic?
the fucking bed. No, this is actually a bedroom. This is awesome. I've got a little tiny kid's bed, a stroller, and some flowers over there.
Do you have kids?
No. This is my
Okay.
mom's house, and that
I was gonna say
from-
that just got real weird.
I got some questions.
that's from my niece from whenever my brother lived here. So we moved it up to this little small room to get it out of the way, and this is where I come to practice my jokes. So this is the funny dungeon, and it's covered in purple. So it's
funny
awesome.
dungeon.
It makes my jokes really pop.
Do you have any Barney jokes?
No, man, I haven't gone. Luckily, I haven't gone to any bars that pertain to Barney jokes.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. The demographic's probably not that good.
So, how many times have you been on stage?
Twice. That's it.
How did one go better than the other?
Yeah. The second time was much better.
By the way, James, I think that's an obvious answer. I think one has to go better than the other, unless they went against.
Yeah,
I
man,
don't
it
know,
was
it's that obvious. What if he bombed both times and he's like, no, they both fucking suck.
I think one of them would have
If
sucked
I'm-
more.
If I bombed both times, my ass would not be on this podcast. I would have gave up the dream, dog. If I bombed both times, I would have been like, you know what? That's it. That's the sign. If I can't make a bar full of 20 people laugh, I can't make anybody laugh.
Dude, I'll give you mad respect. I think I'm kind of funny. I think I could do stand up if no one was watching. I think I could probably but
it's a different feeling.
But I mean, I know. I mean, I have my guitar right here. I mean, I played on stage before, like played music on stage, like. But
yeah, I give because it's a total open mic. So this bar, I think I'm one of two comedians that frequent the open mic there.
That's even harder.
And so it's mainly a music crowd. And I started giving the musicians shit because like you can sit in a room and figure out if this shit's good or not. I can't practice my own jokes to nobody. Because if I think it's funny, that doesn't mean everybody's gonna funny.
You got a lot of delusional musicians, though.
That's true. That's very true.
I'm amazing, and then you're like, sweet, let's hear it. And then you're going, you're like, what the fuck were you talking about?
Yeah, but nobody's gonna be like that at this bar. I got lucky. This place is super nice and supportive. They were really nice to me, and I appreciated it. I really wish I could have done one more open mic, but it's
you got to grind it out, man. Just do it. I know you're switching back to your overnights, but maybe just go and then go straight to work. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'll be at work whenever their open mic is.
They're like, hey, it's lunchtime. I got to go. And then just hop out. Hit a drive.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Just go to that bar and grab a mic at actual lunchtime. Like noon on a Tuesday. Just go, hey, I missed open mic night. I am here to tell you a few jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, there might be even less people than there is there at the open mic, but you know, it's a nice place.
Dude, I don't know. I feel like doing stand up during the daytime's brutal. It's like a nighttime kind of thing, I think.
I feel like it's brutal if you're not good any time of day.
Yeah, no.
Oh, it is.
For sure.
And that's something I've thought about doing before, but I think I'm funny enough, but I just can't write or tell stories worth of shit, I don't think. But so I try not to judge the people like I see do it. So, but we went and saw Todd McComas like 2 Fridays ago, and they had a host, 2 guest spots, and then Todd. Todd was featuring for Stuart Huff. So they had, honestly, I think they had too many openers, basically. The host was very nervous, it sounded like. And when he introduced Todd, he was like, I don't know anything about this guy, but Todd McComas. I was like, I was like, no, do your job. I was like, if you're going to introduce somebody, Google him, ask him. He asked him, I was sitting there and we were like one of the first ones there. And he walked up to Todd and was like, because Todd was in there doing his tech stuff. He's like, how do you say your last name? So he like could have asked him there, but like, oh, what do I need to know about you?
By the way, that is totally his job to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And then,
I think you're supposed to ask, how do you want to be brought up on stage?
Right.
Just so you know.
I would have went out there and tore that guy to pieces. I would have made fun of everything I could think of about that guy, so that I know he's gonna get shit the next time he walks out there, because I know he's got to go out there before the next guy. So fuck him. He just shit all over me. Fuck him.
Well, the funny thing is like all the guest spots or the openers or whatever were all local comedians. So like he knew stuff about them. So he introduced this one guy. He came up and he was probably the funniest of the not Todd and Stuart. And and then the host came up and he's like, oh, this is one of my favorite comedians, and this guy was fucking bad. He was talking about weird porn and stuff, which could be funny, but like he was not funny enough with it. And then then Todd was after that. And it just went too long. I think Todd got like 22 minutes or something, which I don't know how long a feature should go, but like he could have took 15 minutes from those fucking guest spots.
I feel like it's like 15, 30, and like an hour.
Yeah, Stuart did a little bit over an hour. He was funny.
Yeah.
But it's just like, Jesus Christ. And it was at the Drop Comedy Club that Sam Talent told us about. But they moved into a hotel, this nice hotel downtown, but it's like a conference room. So it was good enough. Like I'd go see another show there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they had the stage like probably like 3 feet off the wall though. And
like off the wall?
Yeah, so like I'm sitting in the table.
Are you high or like there was? Like,
it was like a couple feet off the ground, and then like the back wasn't pushed up against the wall, so there was a gap.
So it was like was it like a moving stage?
Yeah, it was just like a portable stage they brought.
That'd be kind of dope, actually. Like if you had like a conference room and you had like a stage on wheels, and you were just like someone was controlling it and like remote driving you around, and you were just like on people's like tables and like me. I'm like, hey, motherfucker, you're.
Well, Stuart had said it a few times. He's like, I'm gonna fall off this motherfucker, and I thought for sure him or somebody who's going to, because like they're walking around on stage, but it's only, I don't know, probably like a 8x8 platform.
I've seen people fall off stage performing music that are like that, like where the stage is too small. Like, I mean, if you're not a stand in place, like I stand sort of in place when I play, but like I'll move a little bit. But like some guys, like when they're not singing or whatever, they'll come off the mic and like move around a little bit. I've seen people fall off stage. It's wild.
That didn't happen to me.
That's what you got to do if you start bombing. Just fall off stage. Be like, oh.
I mean, that's the only thing that I didn't do whenever I bomb, and it was I went up there the wrong way. I thought, I sat there trying to study my jokes and try to remember the shit. I forgot my second joke. I forgot one of the words I was supposed to say that is kind of important to the story. Because it was about my brother making up words.
Oh, I was gonna say, was it the C word? Because if it's the C word, Gems never forgets that word.
No, I would have been fine to drop that one if I felt comfortable enough. I felt uncomfortable the second I forgot that joke. I told the crowd too. That's where I was like, I forgot. Literally forgot what I was supposed to say, and then I talked about I don't really know afterwards. That's all I did. I don't really as soon as I got off stage,
blacked out. You just blacked out?
Yeah, like my mind went completely blank, and as soon as I got off, I was like, I don't even know what I said. I don't know anything that I said.
Did you record it? Did you record your set?
No.
Why not, man? You should have recorded it.
You got to redo that.
It was my first time there.
Because then we legit would have just dropped it in right here.
I would have. I wish I would have recorded the second one because it went awesome. And I started out by saying like my first time last week was. I got about as many laughs as the back of a Laffy Taffy wrapper. That's about how the show went. If you were, it sums it up well.
I laugh at those. They're like dad jokes, though. I don't know. It's worse though. That meth head lady, dude. I am so distracted right now in my house. So I don't know if this is. I have like bay doors, like French doors. You can see through. They have glass on them. My daughter just hid in the closet, and I don't know what the fuck's going on in my house.
Are they playing hide and seek? Or if you see something you don't know, that's the time to
yeah, literally, we could have like a Jodie Foster panic room moment going on right now. No clue.
At least you got your guitar there. You could Jeff Jarrett him.
I do. I'd be like,
honky tonk man.
Wow, smash it. Yeah, I don't know why I just picked it up, but I just picked it up because I was like, fuck it.
You do it at least every other episode.
Yeah. Well, I have it sitting here, and then I just like. I used to like legit be like real bad about fidgeting with it. Like now I don't do it as much, but like I would just sit for like hours and be like, just playing like that.
I'm constantly fidgeting with stuff every episode. I am either playing with Paul Konerko's arm or my Wiffle Ball World Series ring.
By the way, that's definitely going in the promo. Oh, dude, it's so funny. No, I have this fidget spinner thing that my kids gave me. By the way, this is the most. They're like, who's got one of those? Yeah, it's a fidget spinner. I feel like though. That's why I said it. It's a pop socket. It is a pop socket. But my kids are always like, "Is that a fidget spinner?" Because like I'll like just be in the car and I'll go.
Okay, that is nice.
And it sounds like a fidget spinner.
I turned my phone into one.
Yeah. This thing like it spins around. It's like
that's cool.
So loose. I don't know.
Can you put a needle on it and it plays music?
Yeah. Fuck you, Gems. So yeah, see, it plays that song. I don't know what song it is, but
what is it backwards? Is it the devil talking?
That's what it is backwards, I think. By the way, do either of you own a record? Because I own a bunch of them.
No.
I'm 22, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, yo, it came back into style, okay?
It is.
Yeah, I'm also broke.
Okay, fair enough.
If I had records, I'd sold them bitches.
Well, actually, you could probably go to the Goodwill, buy like a 50-cent record, and then sell it at a yard sale for like $1. And that's profit.
Oh,
Gary V right there.
My get rich quick
Tone V over here.
It's my Gary Vee tip of the day.
Right.
He's gonna start telling you about NFTs here in a second.
Dude, I watched a video about this lady who sold a fucking NFT for like $500,000 today.
I don't even know. What does it stand for?
Non-fungible tokens.
Okay, so it's just like internet money. That like if the internet just suddenly stopped working, you would not have money.
So it's like Bitcoin. You have to have like, I think it's like, you definitely buy them with Bitcoin, and then you sell them. I don't know, but basically, like it's like there's like it's on the blockchain. So like if you sell it, it actually has like keeps a record, and you can look back on the record. It's weird. But I bought those Top Shots, those NBA Top Shots. I bought a pack, and I made like a shit ton of money off it. So I don't know how the internet shit's working. I also bought Bitcoin for the first time the other day, but
part of a Bitcoin or a full Bitcoin?
Oh, just a whole one. Off that t-shirt money. No, I bought part of a Bitcoin. I didn't buy a whole Bitcoin. Jesus Christ. I don't know what's going on in my house still. That's going to be the name of this episode. Jesus Christ. I don't know what's going on in my house. I want you to know. No, but
a brand new song, actually.
Probably. No, by the way, that perfect segue, Gems, because my biggest YouTube video as a musician is me covering that song, and it has like 250,000 views.
Really?
Yeah, or something like that. I don't know. It could be like 50,000. I don't know, but something like that.
It's a lot.
It's got a lot more than anything else.
I think my biggest YouTube video is the chainsaw episode. I think that has the most views.
Yeah, the chainsaw episode was really good. Funny you didn't mention it earlier.
I might have mumbled through when we were talking about TikTok, but our first guest was a TikTok from TikTok.
Yeah. We've had dude, all day, every day. I don't know what's going on. Look at this. Come here. This dude just crawled under my desk.
Can you hit me down?
Can you say hi?
Hi.
Say what's going on, peeps.
What's going on, peace?
Hey, can you say off the rails?
Off the rails.
Okay, go.
Sponsorship.
Off to the rails.
This is how we roll on this podcast. Kid-friendly podcast. He's just sitting on my desk. By the way, my kid is so for being as smart as this 3-year-old is, he's very stupid. He crawled through the front of my desk, which has a hole in it because it's got like a cross beam, so you can see through it. And he's playing hide and go seek with his sister. So I figured out there's glass doors, and he's hiding here like he can't be seen, but he can definitely be seen from the door.
Well, in their mind, if he's facing away from that, they can't see him because Claire will do that. She'll hide like in front of the fireplace, but facing away from us, and be like, we can't see her.
I mean, makes sense. I got a game of hide and go seek going on in our podcast.
Nice.
Wow.
This is exclusive content, bro. You can't find this shit anywhere else.
I'm just glad we didn't have Gems on here, because then I'd feel bad. But just Logan, so
it's just me. It's just fucking plain old me.
I said I'm glad we didn't have Gems' aunt on here, because then I'd feel bad. She has got a legit. No, Logan's. This is gonna be the episode we look back on and be like, Logan's got a Netflix special. Look at us.
You mean to tell me this boring looking motherfucker? Hey, I just got a haircut, man. I got a haircut and a job. I've done more than I've done in the past 6 months. And
you got a haircut and a job? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That sounds like a joke right there.
Yeah, man, my life's a fucking joke.
And I guess it's good that you're a comedian, because.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I find it all funny. I just find it all funny. Roll with the punches, man.
Well, if you ever get stuck, just ask the audience, what's race car backwards, and then you got a whole joke.
What's Atlanta backwards?
I don't think. To be fair, I don't think she'll come after you for stealing her joke, because she probably doesn't own any cable. So you could probably just ride that thing like Carlos Mencia.
I definitely could, man. You know, I've always thought that I would get big off a piggyback and a lot lizard joke.
Yeah, dude. So one of the stores I do, I only do one store that's like this. It's have you guys ever seen a Love's gas station? I'm sure you have. I don't know if that's big in your guys' area, but the Love's that I service actually has like with the spot where like a lot of people like park. So there are some lot lizards, and you're like, what? It's rough.
It's gotta be not hard to figure out what they do for a living.
No, it is not.
This is off the rails here, but I just got a tweet sent to me.
Oh, really?
Shohei Ohtani has now hit a ball 119 miles per hour. He has thrown a pitch 101.1 miles per hour, and he also had the third fastest home to first time last season. That's wild. Like, he has everything.
Yeah, he's like the modern Babe Ruth.
Yeah, probably less drunk, I bet.
You don't know. Maybe he's hitting sake bombs. You don't know.
Why does it have to be sake bomb?
Because I just heard that's what he likes to drink.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
yeah. There you got to do your research on the guy first.
Come on, man.
Bring up a story about him, man.
Yeah, man. Come on, dude. What are you trying to imply? That I was like just judging him based off of who he is? Come on, man.
Thought it was a borderline something stupid that I would come out of my mouth.
No, I actually love sake bombs, to be honest with you, though. So, I mean,
I would love hot wine.
I would assume that like where he's from, they do drink a lot of sake though.
Probably. I don't know. I don't know anything about baseball, but I'm just gonna assume, yeah, probably.
That'd be like me going to a NASCAR event and being like, "Oh, they don't drink PBR and fucking smoke Marlboro Reds." Come on.
I don't know if NASCAR. I think PBR is coming too mainstream for NASCAR. I think they're still stuck on Busch Light. Kevin Harvick drives the Busch Light car.
Old Milwaukee, maybe.
They have all got their own thing. I've been to a NASCAR race.
I've been to a bunch of them, by the way.
Yeah, they all got their own shit.
I went back when my first NASCAR event was actually when I was 17, and somebody just gave me a pack of Marlboro Reds.
Nice.
Those were actually
that
was back when they would have like actual like cigarettes pretty rampant around there, and one of the Marlboro Red ladies, the ladies walking around with the marbles, just gave it to me as a promo, and I was like, I'm 17, but cool.
Yeah, man, we rednecks are friendly folk, you know.
Dude, it's funny. I can't tell. So this back here,
the wall,
right here, this right here, on my screen, I can't tell if there was a dent in my wall, which there's not, or if it was on my actual screen where I can see. So there's something on my screen that looks like a dent right here, but it threw me off for a second. No, but Logan reminds me of somebody else we were going to have on this podcast that we haven't secured yet, but Rocky Dale Davis.
He's got that same. He sounds like him.
Does. Have you ever listened to Rocky Dale Davis?
Mm-mm.
He's pretty funny. He's he's from Alabama though. So.
Oh, I'm from Kentucky, so we got a lot going.
Yeah.
Where in Kentucky are you from?
Owensboro.
Oh boy, the girl I dated this before my wife.
It's Logan's sister.
Before my wife.
Be careful.
Her family is from Owensboro, and I believe she is back down there now. So, but I think her dad was a vet down there, and then they moved up here so he could vet. And then I don't know what the fuck.
Like he was like an army vet or like a took care of dogs vet.
Took care of dogs vet.
Gotcha.
I don't think they move like war veterans around just to show them off.
I don't know. I was like, maybe that's some special program they got. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know if everybody in Owensboro is crazy, but she was.
Dude, there's a lot. There's a fucking lot.
We broke up like in, I think it was like September. And I dated another girl, and then we broke up, and then I ended up going back over to the ex's house at one point. I was like, I'm sorry, I was such an asshole. I didn't want to be back with her or anything. I was just like...
Were you an actual asshole, or were you just being nice?
I was fucking terrible. I could do a whole podcast about stories with her.
Let's do it. Okay, no,
She had on her mirror in her bedroom the pros and cons list of me, and this is like 9 or 10 months later after we had broken up, Pro
Okay,
and list.
that's a fucked up thing to do though. So she probably deserved it.
Oh yeah, there was like drinks too much, never going anywhere in life, plays too much softball.
So far, I'm not seeing it. Or not so far, I'm not seeing anything she's wrong with.
And then it was like that probably would have been January. That was a few months before I met my wife, but like 4 months later, I had like my job I have now. So she
was wrong.
Yeah, she's fucking nuts.
But
it wasn't gonna last anyways.
But real question: seeing that pros and cons list, was that what made you get your life in shape?
No, if anything,
intervention.
No. I might have a picture of it. I have to look and see if I have a picture of it because I took a picture of it.
That's hilarious. We should make that a shirt.
No.
That's up on the side right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. No, is that the girl that you went home with instead of your wife?
No.
Okay, that was another girl.
A different one.
Gotcha. I'm just trying to figure out all the ways I can get Jim's in trouble with his wife later.
Oh no, I think I don't know.
Hey
like,
man,
don't listen to this one.
It can't be worse than my story. I met my wife on Tinder.
Nice. Did you say? Did you say Grinder?
Oh.
Yeah.
That got real weird.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I met my wife on Tinder. And not the way like you're supposed to meet somebody on Tinder. Like I clicked on her picture and saw her Snapchat in her bio and added her on Snapchat. She didn't swipe right on me for 3 days after I was messaging her.
That's fucked up.
Hey, that's a good love story. That'll be a Hallmark movie here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think it already is.
It probably is.
Candace Cameron Bure starring in that one, I think. Right. She's the one who does all the Hallmark movies, right?
I didn't hear I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I said Candace Cameron Bure starred in that one, I think.
100%. That is who she aged quite well.
Well, who aged better, her or Topanga?
That's tough. I see more of Candace Cameron, so I'm going to say her because Taylor watches a fuck ton of Hallmark movies, so I at least see a shit ton of her. I don't see Topanga in much.
She was in Girl Meets World, but then I think that's done. So
right, her husband was the one that found the shrimp tails, and I guess they're roasting him about something on. What did they say? I don't know if they're canceling him or he did something where people are not thrilled with him. The guy that found the shrimp, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, is her husband.
His name's Jensen Karp.
Yeah, he did something to piss a bunch of people off, like in the last day or two, or stuff came out that he was like.
You mean like the fact that the white rapper who went by the name Hot Carl? I mean, are we surprised that he might have had something?
How is he not successful? Like that is
he actually is. He's super successful.
I've ever heard.
He's definitely
as a rapper.
Married to Topanga.
Yeah. He had a hit. He was signed to like major label.
Oh my god. Well, I haven't heard of him.
He was on Madden 04. Madden 04. That song was on. It's called Blow. Blow. Hot Carl. Yeah. I believe it was Madden 04 is definitely a guess. I have no clue, but it was on one of the Maddens.
That's why I don't know.
Then he went from that to. Are you checking it up, Jim?
I will here in a second.
So then he went from that to he became he was a writer on the WWE he wrote scripts for them. Then he actually wrote a book about how Kanye West still owes him $300 because he actually recorded with Kanye West when he was a white rapper. And then he wrote for something else. And then he also has a pin company called Patty LaPel. I know way too much about Jensen Karp, by the way.
Obviously, and I was totally wrong. This guy's a fucking legend.
And by the way, unlike you, who met your wife on Tinder, he met his wife in high school because him and Topanga went to high school together.
Was he in Boy Meets World?
No.
She was in high school whenever we met. So,
I mean, that explains the child's bed next to you, but.
Oh yeah. She's only a year younger than me. I'm not going that far down. Like I said, wife, we are married. We've been together for a minute.
By the way, that always like was sketch to me. I was like, because like when I was a freshman, we had this one girl that was like a younger freshman, and like she was like 14, and she was definitely dating a dude on the football team who was like 17. And I was like, what happens next year when he's 18 and you're 15? That doesn't sound like a successful. And surprisingly, those two, out of all the people I know, those two actually are still married.
Yeah, we had a guy who was like 19 as a senior, and he was with a girl who was a freshman in high school. I can't remember how old she was, but he got her pregnant. He got her pregnant, and I think they ended up having 2 kids together. She had 2 kids while she was in high school with this same dude.
So he was like able to buy alcohol by this kid.
Dude, I couldn't imagine. What's the early? Okay, this is gonna be a legit question, and this is how off the rails this podcast is. Like, be real now, Logan. You're not a dad that I know of.
No,
you do have a child's bed in closer proximity than me and Gems right now. But
I'm planning. You could say.
I love how Gems just did the math on how far away his child's bed was.
I was looking to see if there's one down here.
I saw him do it. And he was like, I have kids. Gems has kids. We both have 3 kids. I almost said 4, but we both have 3 kids.
Are you making an announcement? Is there a 4th little Gordon?
No.
Baby Jeff?
No, as I stated on the interview with Sam Talent, I was fuckable 3 years ago, not so much anymore apparently. So, which was probably the funniest thing I've ever said on this podcast. But whatever I was going with this is, Gems, now that you are a dad, Logan, you are not a dad, but you're closer to being underage than either of us. How young, at the youngest, do you think you could have successfully been a father and made it work?
35.
Me, I've always been like an older. Like I had to grow up pretty quick throughout high school and shit. So I've always had I've had kind of strict morals pretty much all throughout high school, and I haven't really changed. So I feel like I would have been confident about doing it. I don't know if I would be a successful father anytime. I just know I have a wife that will make me suitable.
Fair enough. I think I could have been 13 and been a successful dad. I feel like I could have. I definitely would have just dropped out of school though, probably, and just been I would have had a job at the steel mill at 13, probably.
Nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of digits in that salary.
I would have definitely been when I was 13, I would have been I would have got a job at Blockbuster Video or something like that, because that shit was still around when I was 13.
If you're asking me if I was ever going to be responsible enough, nah. Because I had to get my wife to come work with me just for me to be able to be responsible enough to save some money.
I mean, that's every dude though.
Yeah.
Dude, because we buy dumb shit. All of us buy dumb shit.
All the time, man.
I mean, I have a decent amount of money rolling in now as a almost 38-year-old, and I would still buy some dumbass shit. If I didn't have a wife, if me and my wife got divorced for some reason, I'm definitely just buying. I got a fucking snow cone machine in my house. I don't know what, you know what I'm saying? I got a bunch of weird shit in my house.
I think I would say the same thing, except for I would have to pay so much fucking money in child support. It would just be like having a wife.
My wife's just are you guys still recording?
Taylor just texted me the same thing, so we'll probably wrap up soon.
Jesus.
Copies.
We're not doing a draft, or are we doing a quick draft? Let's do a 3-round draft. What can be the coolest 3-round draft we can think of?
Things we would buy if we weren't married.
Okay. Yep. Unlimited funds. Craziest shit you could ever think of. What pick do you want, Logan? 1, 2, or 3? It's a serpentine draft.
3.
All right. Gems, I got to pick first last time, so you get to pick your position.
I'll take 2. I'll let you lead it off.
Yeah, I'll take first. All right. First thing I'm buying. I don't think it's that dumb, to be honest with you, but I'm definitely buying like a vending machine for the house. Taking a vending machine.
You're going the fun route. I'm going like I would be spending the money on the truck that I want.
It's fair.
Yeah.
So you're
I don't know if it's dumb though.
I would be getting a Ford Raptor.
I thought you were a fucking Lions fan. You can't get a Raptor. Aaron Rodgers has a Raptor.
I don't care. It's Ford. Like that's the name of the stadium for the Lions play.
I don't care. Fucking dude. I just can't. I can't wait for fucking Tanner to listen to this thing and be like, "Of course, Aaron Rodgers owns a Ford Raptor. He owns the Lions." Oh shit, we lost Logan.
It's his pick too.
Yeah. Does he forfeit his draft pick?
Logan is selecting.
Well, we won't select for Logan. So now you get to go wrap around and pick your next one.
No, I'm gonna let him go because I don't know what I want to do.
I wonder if he comes back.
Like, I can't just say like I would buy a big ass house. No, because like
no, it's gotta be
that
a
would
dumb
be something. And like, I guess even the truck isn't a bad pick because if it was something that was in the budget, my wife would not care. We should probably be choosing stuff that like the wife says no on.
Well, it's like the stuff that like is so ancillary and down the line that you would never pick. Like if you had a wife, or your wife would be like, "You're not buying a fucking vending machine for the house. We have a fridge."
What did she tell me? She's probably listening. What did she tell me I don't need? She told me the other day because I've always wanted like a nice Jeep Wrangler and just something I can take the doors and everything off. One day I want to surprise you with a Jeep or the truck you want. I was like, that would be cool.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I think I'm gonna buy a Jeep. I think that my Jeep is gonna be my next. But that's because I don't have a 4-wheel drive vehicle now, and I live out where it snows quite a bit. So
I just got my truck this last fall, but like it was when I needed the 4-wheel drive, it was broke. Got it fixed, and then it fucked up again.
Is that the one that broke down? Sound. Yeah. Was that? Yeah, that was that day.
Yeah, I haven't fixed it yet.
You haven't fixed it yet?
No, I haven't. I drive my car 99% of the time. And
so you have a backup. Got you. Okay. Damn, James, you're doing good over there. You got multiple cars. Damn,
it's a work truck.
I'm just fucking with you.
You just wait until we sell another 2 million t-shirts.
2 million t-shirts. Let's go.
If I'm going next pick, I'm gonna take like a PS5 or an Xbox One or whatever it is now.
I don't
have a gaming system, and if I was single or single or just dating someday, I probably would have one. I just haven't played anything in like fucking 10 years.
See, I don't have time. And then when I do, I have a PS4, but I just barely play it ever. Like
I would have more time. What kind of draft did you guys do tonight? What we did if we were divorced?
So I currently have a vending machine. What else would I buy? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna act like I'm living in a nice place that I can just install one. I'm getting a bowling alley.
There you go. We were just watching this Rock the Block show on HGTV where there's like 4 houses in Georgia that they're different like personalities on HGTV are redoing. Like they did like the kitchen, the living room, upstairs, the outside, and somebody put a bowling alley in the basement.
Dude, fucking bowling alley is legit, dude.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to know how I haven't gone viral for bowling.
Oh,
I keep seeing bowling fucking viral videos everywhere. Like kids falling on their faces and getting strikes. Somebody threw one down the thing, it bounced off 2 sides, and then every time I bowl is a viral video.
I've been wanting to get back into bowling. Like now with 2 babies, it's not happening. But my buddy did ask this year if I wanted to get back into a league. I haven't bowled in a league since I was probably like 14, but I'm assuming if I jumped back into it, I'd be almost a 200 average.
There's part of me that's like, if I was divorced, I would probably bowl a shit ton. Just like late night bowling, go when it's like 50 cents a game and bowl like 700 games and get really good, and then go on the PBA tour.
You could go do glow bowling with a bunch of teens.
Dude, that shit is some of the most annoying thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Oh my god. I remember doing it in middle school or junior high. I hate when I fucking say middle school because I went to junior high. But the only reason you would go is because a girl wanted you to go or something, or there's a girl there. I didn't go out of pure.
Oh, see, I was the dumbass. So when I literally went, I would just go, and then I'd be like bowling and everyone, and then I'd be like, hey, I thought there's like 8 of us on this lane. I'm just gonna start taking people's turns because they're just disappearing, and then they were over in the dark areas doing hand jobs or something. I don't know.
Logan said my phone died. Are y'all still on?
Tell them where we just wrapped up, because I think we're gonna probably wrap up because both our wives are gonna murder us, and then we might actually need this draft. So I have a bowling alley and I have a vending machine. My last pick is going to be a hot tub. And I don't think that's stupid, but I don't think my wife would particularly say we need it. So I feel like that's a good pick.
So I took a truck and a PS5. If I was going to take a third one, it wouldn't be I guess you'd have to do another pick. Whatever. That's one.
No, I did 3.
Oh, did you? Did I only do 2? Yeah.
Because I had the wrap.
I would play softball more nights a week, probably. I know that's not buying something, but like
no, but that's still
less
like
responsibilities. I would probably end up being drunk at the softball. Although I don't drink too much when I play softball. I'd golf a lot more, softball a lot more.
Golf, I'm blasted. I have to be blasted to play golf.
I can't play golf drunk.
I have to.
I can drink, but I can't play golf drunk.
I have to be drunk to play golf.
Anytime I've been to a bachelor party where it's a golf-related bachelor party, I get shit-faced and like it. I'm too competitive to do something like that.
Yeah, well, I'm not, because I don't care, because I'm like, golf is stupid and it's not really a sport for me. I'm like, oh, I'm not good at it, so it's not a real sport.
I can do each part of golf good, but never at the same time. So like, I've shot in the high 80s before.
Yeah.
But that was still having one part of my game shitty. But like most of the time, I'm in the 90s.
Yeah, dude. I feel like dudes who golf all the time should be divorced, because that shit takes way too long.
Taylor will probably yell "preach" when she hears you say that, because she'll be like, "How long?" And when I do go, sometimes she'll be like, "How long is it going to be?" It's like it'll either be an hour and a half or 5 hours.
Dude, I don't. The amount of time that I spent on a golf course when I was in a long distance relationship, which was fine because I didn't have any, like, if my daughter was with her mom or her biological mom for the day or whatever, and then I'd just go golfing with my dad, I would be like, it's fun, but I'm like, you literally have to have no responsibility to go golf.
When I do go, I enjoy. Actually, I like going by myself, and like sometimes you get set up with somebody when you're there, but it's nice to just kind of go and relax.
Yeah, if I had a golf course to myself, I'd be kind of cool.
Like, right. I mean, there's other people out there, but like not having to worry about. Like, it's nice going with friends sometimes, but like,
yeah, sometimes it's like you fuck around too much. But have you ever played an executive course?
Is that a fancy course?
No, I think those are like I think that's what they call like the 3-par holes. Where it's like,
yeah, we have one.
Those are fun. You play like 9 holes, not 9 3-pars. I mean, you can get through that pretty fast.
Par 3s.
Yeah, 3-par, par 3s, 3-pars, whatever the fuck they're called.
But here comes the boss.
Awesome. Did you tell her what draft we did tonight?
We're actually still recording, but the draft we did. But no, you're good.
No. I want to hear her number one answer if she was in this situation.
So if you weren't married or divorced, what would you spend? What would be like the number one thing you would buy?
Bad purchase. Like stupid purchase.
Like how you'd buy drugs.
I didn't answer drugs. I said the truck. And then I said a PS5, and I'd play a lot of softball.
Jared said if I ever die, he's just going on a bender. I made him promise me he wouldn't.
That's hilarious. She said like drugs.
No, I don't want him. He does.
That was before kids, though. I think when I said that, I think I would like to think I'd have some responsibility now.
What would she buy if she was divorced and just had to make a terrible purchase, like something that you wouldn't allow her to buy?
I never tell her no. That's
the problem. You have a black eye. You have like a bruise on your eyelid.
I don't know. I just have fat eyelids.
No, I think maybe a kid.
Oh, Claire kicked me in the face earlier.
Oh yeah, dude. I got headbutted like 2 weeks ago. That shit. I had like a little like.
Claire's big into wrestling right now.
Nice.
And she, every time we wrestle, she gets more and more like into it. So it's like she started hitting me and she kicked me in the face earlier.
Well, you gotta stop that. She's gonna do it at school or something.
No, she knows. I tell her before we start, you can only do
Well,
this
she
to
just
dad.
gave you a black eye. Okay. I can't think of a stupid purchase because all I want to do is go shopping.
That's fair. But see, I think
do it anyway. So, but I guess I would just be more extravagant with it. And I think most of my shopping now is for the kids.
that's the thing is like, I think legitimately, like, I think we, as dudes, like if my wife was like, I want to buy a bunny rabbit, I'd be like, I guess, yeah, that's fine. Like I don't think I'd tell her no.
I would say no. I would say no to a bunny rabbit. That's one thing I would say no to.
Ask why we have our puppy.
Because you wanted a bunny?
Well, no, we
Oh.
hate rabbits, but
Gotcha.
no, our puppy, who is awful.
Yeah, ours is too.
But it was the beginning of quarantine, and
Same. We have the same story. We are literally the same people.
we'd been trying to. Well, I don't know. We've been trying to have a second baby for quite a while, and we like had a miscarriage and all this stuff. And I was just like depressed, and now we were quarantined, and I was like, let's get a freaking puppy. And not even a month later, I found out I was pregnant with Piper.
Fun fact: as we sit today, this day last year
Oh no,
was the day that Piper was conceived.
Jared, you don't have to tell people that.
You knew the exact day. That's awesome. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Only because Jared gave himself a stupid haircut. And I
Is
did
that the
not.
mullet day?
Yeah, it was mullet day.
I did not.
Wait.
want-
Okay. We're about to go off the rails right here because I have to know. And this is maybe TMI. Was the baby conceived while you had the mullet?
I made him wear a hat.
I had to wear a stocking cap.
Okay, but see, I wouldn't have done it, but we'd been trying for a long time, and there's certain days, and you just have to. And my best friend then said the baby was going to be born with a mullet.
Oh, maybe it was only conceived because Jared had the mullet.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's what it was. Next time we're trying, I'm doing it again.
Damn right.
You cannot do that again. That was terrible.
That's so funny.
How do you change the ink in this?
I don't know.
That is awesome. All right. Well, should we end this podcast?
Yeah, that was probably a good story to end on.
That was a great way to end. So, to anyone listening, go rate, review, subscribe, and if you're trying to have a baby, get a mullet
Or get a
Perfect.
puppy.
or a puppy
There's,
or both.
There's our next t-shirt you can put on the. You're trying to have a baby, get a mullet.
Get a mullet. All right. Well, we'll see you guys later.
See ya.